Imagine this: someone throws away a lottery ticket, convinced it is worthless, only to later discover it was the winning ticket. That is you, chosen one. They did not recognize your value, they did not understand what you meant, and now they live with regret. They let you go, and there is no way back. Today we will talk about why people often fail to recognize extraordinary individuals like you, how their arrogance and false judgments have embarrassed them, and why your rise is the ultimate revenge. Stay tuned, chosen one, because by the end of this video you will know exactly why their regret is a reflection of your undeniable strength. People often fail to see what is right in front of them until it is too late. Imagine this: now they watch your life from a distance, scrolling through your successes and piecing together the moments they took for granted. Your quiet confidence, the resilience you showed, the transformation you underwent, all of it tears them apart inside. They did not realize they had a unique connection, and now all they can do is regret losing it. First, they mistook your calm for weakness. They thought your silence was submission, failing to understand that your composed nature was a shield, not a weakness. You did not waste energy on unnecessary battles but saved it for your rise. And now, as they see your strength from afar, they realize that losing your grounded, steady presence is a loss they will never recover from. Second, they believed their validation defined you. They thought you needed their approval to feel worthy, that their opinion shaped your identity. But you never sought their validation. Instead, you stood firm in your self-worth and thrived without their recognition. Their regret now comes from realizing they were never as important to your journey as they thought. Third, they underestimated your uniqueness and treated you as replaceable. They acted as if you were just another connection, failing to grasp that your energy, your essence, is irreplaceable. And now? They desperately try to fill the void you left behind and fail miserably, because no one can replace what you brought into their life. Fourth, they undervalued the power of your presence. Your energy was always magnetic, captivating, and rare. But they misjudged it and dismissed it as fleeting charm. Only now, in your absence, do they recognize the depth and uniqueness of your energy. They are left with an emptiness that serves as a constant reminder of their mistake. Fifth, they doubted your resilience. They thought they could break you, that the challenges they placed in your path would stop you. But you turned their obstacles into stepping stones. Watching you flourish without their support is their greatest embarrassment. They never expected you to be so unstoppable. Sixth, they misunderstood your forgiveness and mistook it for foolishness. They thought your grace was a sign of weakness, but forgiveness was never for them, it was about freeing yourself. When they crossed your boundaries, you did not retaliate, you simply moved on. And now they regret the access they took for granted. Seventh, they never imagined you would surpass them. They put you in a box, convinced you would stay at the level they felt comfortable with. But you shattered their expectations and evolved into a version of yourself they can no longer even reach. Now they watch from the sidelines, consumed by regret for underestimating you. They projected their insecurities onto you and tried to make you doubt yourself to avoid facing their own weaknesses. Every unkind word or belittling comment reflected their inner struggle, not your worth. Their criticism was not about your flaws, it was a desperate attempt to hide their own. They hoped you would feel small so they could feel bigger, but you did not fall for it. Instead, you deflected their negativity and stood firm in your self-belief. You did not let their words define you, and that strength forced them to look inward. Their attempts to shake your confidence only highlighted their own insecurity. While they hoped you would fail, you became a symbol of resilience and held a mirror up to them. That mirror they avoided for so long is now impossible to ignore. The more they tried to tear you down, the clearer their own unresolved issues became. Their embarrassment comes from realizing their actions said more about them than about you. And as they wrestle with this truth, your unshakable self-confidence stands as a testament to your inner strength. Your rise took them by surprise. Your transformation was not just physical, it was mental, emotional, and spiritual. They never saw it coming because they were too fixated on their outdated image of you. They thought you would always stay the same, never imagining the profound growth you experienced. Your growth is proof of your endurance and self-work. You chose to rise above challenges, invest in your growth, and unlock your potential. The changes you made were not for their approval but for your own fulfillment. And as you shine in your newfound strength, they cannot help but notice how deeply they misjudged you. Now your presence shines brighter than ever, leaving them with their regret. Their belittling and underestimation are painfully clear in hindsight, making them fully aware of what they lost. Your rise is a reminder that you not only survived their doubt, you surpassed it. They thought you would always be available to them. They took your time, energy, and presence for granted, assuming you would always be there to meet their needs. For them, your availability was an entitlement, not a privilege. They failed to see that their entitlement was slowly building a wall between you. But when you pulled back, it hit them hard. Your absence became a stark reminder of the value you brought into their lives. For the first time, they felt the emptiness you left behind, and the weight of their assumptions could no longer be ignored. They were forced to face the reality that they had overestimated their importance in your life. Now they are left to reflect on their behavior and the consequences of taking you for granted. Losing access to you has taught them a humbling lesson: relationships require mutual respect and effort. Meanwhile, your decision to prioritize yourself over their demands only reinforced your boundaries and self-worth. They believed you needed them to succeed. Their arrogance made them overestimate their influence in your life and assume your achievements depended on their involvement. They saw themselves as the cornerstone of your progress, a belief rooted in their inflated self-worth. This illusion blinded them to your resilience and inherent potential. They failed to see that your strength came from within, not from their approval or support. Their false sense of superiority made them complacent, convinced you could not thrive without their guidance. They underestimated your ability to handle challenges on your own and mistook your kindness or cooperation for dependence. Their perception of you was clouded by their desire for significance, causing them to misjudge your abilities and underestimate your will. This arrogance became their downfall, as they failed to recognize the reality of who you truly are. Their assumptions about your dependence on them reflected their own insecurities. They did not support you, they projected their need to feel relevant onto your path. And in doing so, they set themselves up for a rude awakening. But your success shattered that illusion. Every step forward proved you never needed their validation to achieve your goals. You overcame obstacles on your own and found solutions and opportunities they never thought you could handle without their help. Every achievement became a quiet but undeniable statement of your independence. Your resilience and self-sufficiency became impossible to ignore. With each milestone you celebrated, they were forced to acknowledge the truth: you are thriving, not despite their absence, but because of it. The strength you developed came from the challenges they thought would break you. Their assumed role as a necessary player in your success crumbled under the weight of your undeniable progress. What they once saw as your weakness now stands as your greatest strength. Your growth exposed the fragility of their inflated egos, as they realized their contribution, or lack thereof, had no bearing on your ability to succeed. And as they wrestle with the sting of irrelevance, you continue to rise, proving your power was always yours. Now they stand on the sidelines, grappling with the humbling reality of your independence. They can no longer take credit for your accomplishments, nor can they deny the undeniable evidence of your capabilities. Watching you flourish without them is a stark reminder of how misplaced their assumptions were. Their ego, once swollen with a false sense of superiority, now carries the weight of your success. Every step you take makes them question their significance in your story, as their imagined influence fades into irrelevance. This realization is both humbling and painful, forcing them to confront the fact that they were never as important as they believed. And as your success continues to unfold, they are left with regret and self-reflection. They now see how deeply they underestimated you, how much they misjudged your determination and strength. The doubts they cast on you have now reflected back on themselves, making them wonder how they could have been so blind to the unstoppable force you have become. Finally, they never thought you would leave. They underestimated your ability to detach and believed they had a hold on you that could never be broken. But you left, without hesitation, without drama, and showed them how expendable they really were in your life. Your absence is the loudest statement of your strength. Chosen one, they let you go because they never truly understood your value. But their regret is not your problem. You have grown beyond their limitations, exceeded their expectations, and found your power. Let their mistakes serve as a reminder of your resilience and worth. Remember, you are unstoppable, and your next level is already waiting for you. Stay blessed, chosen one, because the best is yet to come. Dealing with a narcissist can feel like walking through a never-ending storm. They are people who display an exaggerated sense of self-importance, have a deep need for admiration, and show a striking lack of empathy toward others. Their manipulative behavior can be exhausting and make you question your self-worth. But what if these challenging individuals did not enter your life as a curse, but as an opportunity for growth? What if their presence was meant to sharpen you, strengthen you, and lead you toward greater self-awareness? Before we dive deeper, don't forget to like and share this video to spread this powerful message. And if what you hear resonates with you, write 777 in the comments to affirm your journey of resilience and transformation. Narcissistic behavior is a complex issue deeply rooted in a person's need to control, dominate, and maintain a sense of superiority. These individuals often resort to manipulation, criticism, and psychological games to preserve their perceived power. This creates a dynamic that can feel suffocating to those around them. Whether through obvious dominance or subtle emotional tactics, their goal is to retain control, often at the expense of others' emotional well-being. This behavior, as harmful as it may be, is often a defense mechanism for deeper insecurities and unresolved inner conflicts. The lack of empathy from narcissists makes the challenge even greater. Their insatiable desire for admiration often leads them to ignore the feelings and needs of others, leaving those in close relationships feeling neglected and devalued. This emotional emptiness can have a profound impact, causing others to doubt their worth, question their judgment, and feel emotionally drained. Over time, being close to such behavior can lead to patterns of self-doubt and weakened self-esteem, making it crucial to recognize and address these dynamics early. Narcissistic behavior, however, also serves as an unexpected mirror for self-reflection. As damaging as their actions may be, they often reveal areas in our own lives where growth is needed. For example, their behavior can highlight gaps in our self-worth or boundaries that are too easily crossed. Instead of seeing these interactions solely as obstacles, they can be viewed as opportunities for self-awareness and improvement. The key is to shift the perspective from victimhood to self-empowerment and use these experiences as a catalyst for personal development. When dealing with a narcissist, you are often forced to confront your weaknesses in ways that are both uncomfortable and enlightening. Their actions tend to expose cracks in your self-worth, whether through subtle criticism or overt emotional manipulation. For example, you might realize that you seek validation from others instead of finding it within yourself. As painful as this realization may be, it is a necessary step toward building stronger self-esteem. Likewise, dealing with a narcissist sheds light on the weaknesses of your boundaries. Perhaps you have allowed others to overstep them out of fear of conflict or a desire to be liked. These interactions push you to reevaluate your boundaries, recognize where they have been too flexible, and reinforce them with conviction. Setting and maintaining strong boundaries becomes an essential skill, not only in dealing with narcissists but in all areas of life, to protect your emotional well-being. The challenges that arise from narcissistic behavior are often disguised opportunities for growth. As you navigate these difficult dynamics, you strengthen your inner power and resilience. Each encounter, as exhausting as it may be, offers valuable lessons about self-respect and emotional strength. Over time, these lessons contribute to a refined judgment that helps you better navigate relationships and avoid situations that could cause further emotional harm. Understanding the purpose behind these challenges can radically change how you perceive and respond to narcissistic behavior. Every interaction with a narcissist can be reframed as a lesson, as a chance to explore why their actions affect you so deeply. Do they trigger unresolved pain from past experiences? Do they reveal insecurities you have avoided addressing? These moments of self-reflection, as difficult as they may be, are crucial for healing and personal growth. Consider, for example, a situation where a colleague constantly undermines you during meetings. Instead of withdrawing or reacting defensively, you might choose to calmly and confidently address the behavior. By standing up for yourself, you not only set a boundary but also strengthen your own self-worth. This act of reclaiming your power can trigger a ripple effect that influences how others perceive and treat you in the future. It is not just about dealing with the narcissist, it is about learning to protect and affirm your own value. These experiences also provide a platform to practice saying no without guilt, an invaluable skill for maintaining healthy relationships. By setting your boundaries and refusing to tolerate disrespect, you establish a clear standard for how you expect to be treated. This shift in perspective, no longer seeing yourself as a victim but recognizing yourself as an empowered individual, marks the beginning of a profound personal transformation. Emotional intelligence development. Developing emotional intelligence is an essential strategy for dealing with narcissists. These individuals often thrive on provoking emotional reactions, as your responses feed their sense of control. Managing your emotions in such situations does not mean suppressing them, but understanding them and responding in ways that align with your values. This approach not only disarms the narcissist but also strengthens your sense of self-control and autonomy. Practices like mindfulness and meditation are valuable tools for cultivating emotional intelligence. By taking time to reflect and center yourself, you can approach interactions with clarity and calm, even in the face of provocation. Instead of reacting with anger to a hurtful remark from a narcissist, for example, you might pause, assess the situation objectively, and choose a response that preserves your dignity. This conscious approach not only protects your emotional well-being but also prevents the narcissist from gaining the reaction they seek. Responding consciously to a narcissist requires patience and self-awareness. It is about recognizing your triggers and intentionally choosing responses that serve your best interests. Over time, this practice strengthens your emotional resilience, making it easier to handle not only narcissists but other difficult situations as well. The result is a greater sense of peace, confidence, and control over your emotional landscape. Transforming the pain. The pain caused by a narcissist can feel overwhelming, yet it also holds immense potential for transformation. Instead of allowing these experiences to define you, they can become the foundation for your growth. By viewing your struggles as opportunities to build strength and wisdom, you take the first step in reclaiming your power. Sharing your journey with others further amplifies the transformation, as your story becomes a source of hope and inspiration. Affirmations can be a powerful tool in this process to reprogram your mindset and strengthen your resilience. Statements like, "I am strong, I am resilient, and I am worthy," serve as daily reminders of your inner strength. Repeating these affirmations during challenging moments can anchor you and provide a sense of stability and security. Over time, these positive declarations shape your beliefs and make it easier to navigate difficulties with grace and confidence. Turning your challenges into testimonies not only empowers you but also serves as a beacon of hope for others. By sharing how you overcame adversity, you remind others that healing and growth are possible even in the face of hardship. Your story becomes a testament to the human spirit's ability to survive and thrive, inspiring others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Reframing challenges. At the end of this journey, we want to reframe these challenges. Narcissists are not here to destroy you, they are challenges meant to shape you into the person you are meant to become. Their presence, as painful as it may be, is part of your growth, a testament to your resilience and your ability to overcome adversity. Take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. How have these trials shaped you? Share your stories in the comments and let others see the strength that can emerge from struggles. Write 777 as a sign of your commitment to growth and transformation. You are not alone on this journey. Together we grow, stronger and more resilient than ever.